Hello, soul friends. This is Miriam, and welcome back to my channel. Today's pick a card is all about the next 30 days or the month ahead. It is a timeless reading, so no worries if you have gotten into this later. Hopefully, if you have watched it later, you're not quite as hot and miserable as we have been. I'm like one of those people that does not like the heat. I do not do well. Okay. Remember, no matter your individual beliefs, tarot or oracle reading is simply your subconscious mind helping you answer life's ponders, or it is your spirit guides coming forward to give you advice. And no matter how you look at that, it's healthy and you're in the right place. So welcome to the new people if you're new, and thank you for coming back if you've tuned in before. We have keys to choose from today, and we also have 4 oracle cards for pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. Our decks we will be using, these are the oracle cards. Sorry about the glare. And these will be the tarot cards that we use. Go ahead and pause if you need more time. We will see you in your individual readings. Take care. Bye-bye-bye. Hello, hello, pile 1. So if you picked this key and this card, this is going to be your overall energy for the month ahead. Oh, yikesies. Applause. Very good for you, pile 1. This card obviously is all about being recognized for doing something cool, for being your fabulous self, for being recognized for hard work that you've done, okay? So this month, if you've been feeling underappreciated, you should be getting some praise this month, which is very, very nice. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, hello. I feel that. Feel this too. Let's try for at least one more spirit, but we can have more than that. Hello, hello. All right, 3 it is. That's what I'm feeling. Are you feeling that? Excellent. Okay, let's see what we have first. We have the 6 of Cups. See, now the glary light is fun because it makes these shiny cards just shine that much rainbowier. Yes, we do not use real words on this channel. Why? We don't have to. Okay. Did you hear that attitude? Yeah. Okay. Ooh, 10 of Swords. Okay. And then next we have 9 of Cups. Alrighty. So your month to me is looking nice and solid, pile 1s. Because even though we have 10 of Swords in the middle, I'm taking this as this is what your overall achievement this month is going to bring about somehow, okay? So even if you don't end up like being hoisted up on shoulders and carried through the town while everyone cheers. Me and my movies, it's so funny. My head movies. Anywho, that's also from a movie. Ooh, let's play a fun little game. In the comments section, if you ever catch me quoting a movie, you can always put that movie down in the comments and be like, you said this in pile 1. And I'll be like, so I did. You're so film savvy, just like me. Pretty sweet. Okay, so 6 of Cups is all about, like, it can be the childhood card of, like, looking back and feeling nostalgic, or it can represent like somebody who was in your past coming back into your life, okay? And since this is a general reading, go ahead and take that as if it resonates. But what I'm really feeling for this pile is that you are actually already in the process of, or are going to become aware as this month dawns, that you have come a long way, okay? You're not a spring chicken in this area of which you're going to get applause. That could just be life itself. It could be your job, your school, your, yeah, because Students work too. Their full-time job is going to school. It's facts. They spend a lot of hours doing it. I'll not hear otherwise. Anybody that went through all that school knows what I'm talking about. So you might have gone through a lot of school. You might have like done a lot in your job, and you're starting to come forward as someone who's deserving of that applause for the stuff you've done because you're good at it. Okay. You've realized yourself personally and emotionally how far you've come. Okay. Then for this month, you're going to realize that other people also notice. Okay. Whether you hear it or not, there will be applause happening in your life. Okay. Totally used that grammatically wrong. Anyway, don't correct my grammar in the comments. That is not a fun little game. I won't correct you in your comments, so don't correct my grammar in the comments. I appreciate it. I am no longer in that field. Okay, so let's just look at Ten of Swords for a moment. Because this is a 3-card draw and your guides wanted it to be, I'm actually feeling that kind of like, this is where you are, this is where you want to be, right? And then this is the obstacles you need to get there, okay? The only thing with the Ten of Swords that I'm seeing for you this month is that in order to feel that applause for some of you, you need to let go of some things that have harmed you in the past. Okay, because that's the only kind of, ooh, good grief. That was me and my big clumsy feet. They're actually like average sized. They're not really that big. I'm not that big of a person. Okay, so anyway. Yeah, if you all saw me, you'd be like, oh, that's a small person. And it's true, but I am fierce as well. Okay, so anyway, enough about me and my weird body abnormalities. That's a word for you. Ten of Swords can also indicate like a stuck energy. Okay, so if you start feeling stuck or there's any delays during this month between whatever happens with you feeling accomplished and knowing that other people feel that way too, you might need to let go of some past hurts that, like, maybe if it's like a work thing, maybe some petty work stuff happened between you and a few people. And so once they praise you, it kind of feels a little hollowed out, like, because where were you before when I was clearly being awesome before and nobody said anything, right? Sorry, I gotta put my hair up. It's hot. It's so hot. And I'm like turned off my ceiling fan so that you guys wouldn't have to listen to it tick this entire time. So if you see drops of sweat hitting the table, I'll pause and reconvene. Ugh, I hate summer, you guys. Anyway. So don't get stuck in that. Don't get stuck in any of that stuff, okay? Know that if there are delays throughout the month, that the end game is the same. Like, I like the Ten of Swords sometimes because it usually indicates that, like, whatever bad thing you think is going to happen, it's already gotten, like, as bad as it can get. So, like, when it pops up in the middle like that with two very positive cards for you and a very positive overall energy card, it kind of takes the scariness out of Ten of Swords. You just don't want to get psychologically stuck. I feel that for some of you, that's going to be having to let go of something that somebody did, like in the workplace, or it's like somebody that you see on the regular, okay, might have said or done something, most likely said, that gave you the overall impression of like, wow, they don't really think I'm that useful of a person. That's awesome. And you start feeling bitter about that as, well, you should feel insulted. You know, sometimes people hurt our feelings and that's okay. Okay. But that's like as far as it's going to get for what I'm feeling there. For anyone else, since you're already on the precipice of something great and you kind of know you are, it could be like a promotion. It could be like a celebrate, you know, something that you're going to celebrate as soon as it happens and you know that it's coming. That type of situation, you don't want to get mired down by, some people do this. I do this. Maybe I'm just projecting on you. If I was, you can get in comments and be like, stop projecting. You stop projecting on me. Okay. And I'll be like, you're right. It could be that things are going really well, and so like you start to worry because there's nothing else to worry about. Do some of you do that? Because I do that. It's like, oh, things are going great. I've never been this happy. It's so awesome and fun. And then my mind's like, wait a minute, what's wrong then? I'm like, what do you mean what's wrong? I'm feeling pretty good about everything. And my mind's like, no. Remember that one time a million zillion years ago when you were like probably 3 or 4 and you don't even remember it clearly? You thought that once before and things did not work out the way you wanted them to work out. And so now you need to look for something to worry about, okay? Your guides are saying to you for this month, the people that I'm speaking to in that camp, okay? Do not worry. There's nothing to worry about, okay? The only thing that's going to hold you up is you and that kind of thinking, okay? And I get it. It's called, in some circles, they call it stinking thinking, where it's like, I don't have anything to worry about. I don't have anything to worry about. What is there to worry about then? And you start worrying about worrying, right? I forgot something then, something clearly. Or you'll start like thinking about a person at work that didn't look really happy when you got the promotion and you didn't think about it at the time, but then later on you start thinking and thinking about it and you're like, why wasn't Cheryl like, Cheryl is just a random, I use Patricia, Cheryl, Carol. For dudes, I use Frank, okay? Frank or Larry, okay? It's just, if your name's Frank or Larry and this is still speaking to you, you can take it as further confirmation that this is your pile. But other than that, I just use it as like a general, okay? So, anywho, you notice that maybe Carol wasn't like jumping up and down and cheering, and she didn't come to you afterwards and say, you deserved it, so-and-so, this is for you, okay? So, like, then you start thinking, oh, well, maybe Carol doesn't like me. Maybe Carol doesn't think I'm good enough. Maybe Carol, and then you start stinking thinking, okay? Not everybody does that. I do it. This person back here that's whispering right now for no reason at all, I do it really bad. I will find something negative to think, even in something positive. It's so unhealthy, okay? And so that being said, picture things going well, because look, you just had a reading that says it will. And your guides are here and they want you to know it's going to go well, okay? So don't worry about that 10 of Swords. Don't get stuck in your head, okay? Don't get mired down by other things people are doing, right? And then you'll end up in 9 of Cups country, which is celebration, wish come true. Whoop-a-doo-dah! Don't you love how even though like I'm saying something wonderful is going to happen to you this month, I still like sounded sarcastic when I was at whoop-diddy-doo-dah. Man, it sounded worse that time. It's okay. I'm just jaded, It happens to the best of us. I'm not the best of us, but it does happen. Anywho. Let's see. Is there anything else that I need to tell you? Spirit, is there anything else? I think that's it. I think we're good. So yes, just remember, you're the only obstacle that'll stand in your way. Just your thoughts, okay, might get you stuck if you start thinking negatively or putting negative spins on things. And the other idea is that there might be some delays during this month because not everything works out perfectly all the time, okay? And a month is a long time. It's not really, but it feels like it sometimes depending on where you work. So, or go to school. That all being said, it's easy to get mired down, okay? And so if there's delays that happen, don't let that discourage you, because everything's turning up roses. Like, there's going to be cause to celebrate at the end of the month. And so I challenge you, like I'm going to challenge you to a duel. I don't even know if that's the proper way you're supposed to use ye. But anyway, when those applause happen, comment on it and tell me what they were, okay? Even if it's like quiet applause, like you just know and feel that like everybody appreciated what you did. Maybe it's like you feel the gods applauding you, okay? That kind of wonderful. All right. Don't get mired down. It's going to be okay. I keep hearing that over and over. One of you has a guide that keeps saying, don't get mired down. So I keep saying it like a broken record. No offense, guide. I think they probably got it. But yes, thank you so much, Pile Ones. If this was helpful, go ahead and give me comments on how it resonated. Give me topic ideas in the comments section as well. Like, and subscribe, share. Help me grow. And we will see you in the next ones. Truly appreciate ya. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2. So if you picked this key and this card, let's go ahead and see the month ahead. Overall energy. Oh, yes, bliss. Doesn't get much better than that. Look how shiny everything is and full of light glaring in your face from above. Yes. I love the pinks. Pink is really speaking to me today for you in this card pile too. Some of you might take confirmation if that's like your favorite color. It's like a bright magenta pink. I don't know if you can see that. But it's quite, what's the word? Uplifting. Okay. So overall with bliss, what I'm getting is you're gonna, like, I like the way that they're dancing and stuff. I see you having like some fun outside of work. Like you're gonna find your bliss outside of like the general humdrum of your career. If you have like a 9-to-5er that you go to quite a bit, that is going to be something that when you're on your off time, like I see these guys almost kind of like they're dancers in a parade. So I see some of you on your off time going out and embarking on like some local culture. Do you guys know what that is? Of course you don't, because I just kind of made it up like it was a thing. But it is kind of a thing. I call it local because you do it in your hometown, wherever you're living, okay? You do it between work. You just find time to go, like, take in the tourist sites of the place where you live, okay? Some of you might already do this, and some of you might never have tried it before, and your guides are like, try it, it's fun. Or I'm like, try it, it's fun. It is fun. Like, if there's a ghost tour in your town, or if there's, that you just never went to, a hill you've never climbed, a path you never walked, that's popular with the tourists. Your guides are saying, like, get out there and experience that local culture stuff. Go to a parade. If there's a parade, it is sort of close to sort of parade-y times right now when I'm filming this, come to think. This is a timeless reading, but like I'm thinking about September because that's what we're rolling into. So I think of like back to school. I think about like homecoming parades and all that fun, going out to the game, having some hot dogs. That would be my local culture. Some of you might have a different one than that. Let's go ahead and get some tarot to see what will be causing this wonderful bliss, what actions you might want to take, pitfalls that your guides want you to avoid. We only need like 3 cards today, my wonderful friends. Yes, thank you. Ooh, 6 of Wands, victory. Love it. 4 of Swords in the reverse. Okay. And Sovereign of Coins. Oh man, is that King or Queen? I can never remember with this deck. Hang on. It also came with a little thing that tells you, but I always like put it away because I'm silly. Here we go. Maybe you can find it sooner than I can. I don't know. Good night. I'm going to pause. Yep, I paused it for nothing. It's the Queen of Coins, or the Queen of Pentacles. Sorry about that. I just always have to check, because I'm like, Sovereign? Well, that could be either the King or the Queen. Yeah, it's what I do on multiple choice tests as well. just sit there and debate over the correct one and the one I'm really mind spinning myself into like picking instead because like I can find some stupid loophole in my brain of how it might mean that one. Sorry, enough about me. Okay. So Six of Wands is all about victory. So you are going to be celebrating a victory this month of some kind. I love it. If you're feeling just the bliss from the victory, that could be like victory over you defeated your mortal enemy. Tell me about it in the comment section. I love to hear about those. You had a big breakthrough in like therapy. You had a big breakthrough at work. You got recognized for good things that you've done. Okay. Those are all, sorry, you're going to hear me drink water quite a bit because it's hot. Those are all like wonderful, like things that could come about for you that could bring you bliss this month. Who doesn't love victory? All right. And then with the Queen of Coins, it's like you might stand to make a little bit extra money. So you might be celebrating or feeling bliss over getting a raise, finding a new job. Month ahead. Having fun with a significant other as well could play into this bliss as well. But just genuinely like enjoying your life, like enjoying like the pleasures here on earth in a way that like a youngster wouldn't. Does that make sense? Even if you are a youngster, you're just feeling that like going out on the town, go like to a reading where some, semi-famous authors, they're reading some obscure passage from their book they just published, and you get to listen to them read it in their own voice and clap and buy the book after if you want, get it signed, that kind of thing. I see, fun in the park, fun at dancing, like going out and just really painting the town is something that I see people doing a lot between work. So that's going to bring me next to the Four of Swords in reverse. The middle card is kind of like any challenges that could pop up or actions that you need to take or not take or thoughts that you might have or like the downside to a positive reading if these other positive cards are positive, which they are. It's basically saying that you're going to need to take time, like don't forget to rest, all right? Because Four of Swords in the upright position is about rest, healing, rejuvenation, gearing up for the next fight, that kind of deal. And so for it to come out in the reverse, like I feel that you're going to be very busy, enjoying and soaking up all that bliss. Do not forget to get some rest, is what I'm hearing for that one. And then with the Queen of Coins, that's just how you're going to feel at the end. You're going to appreciate everything wonderful that happens to you this month in a way that you previously might not have, is what I'm hearing. That maybe some of you are turning over a new leaf in your life. Like a new job popped in there. Some of you might be like, if it's not like a romantic thing, some of you might be newly single, or you've realized that, you've reached a point in your relationship where you don't have to worry about where that person is all the time, what they're doing. You feel secure enough to just kind of have like you time. And that's great. Remember, some of that you time needs to be rest. You're not going to rest a lot. I feel like because you're busy at work as well, like your obligations in your regular 9-to-5 world could kind of get in the way of all that fun you're having a little bit. Not that you can't handle it. It's just that you'd rather be doing all this. Can't say I blame you, right? But go ahead and make sure to keep your head in the game at work. And by doing that, you just need to make sure that you're getting plenty of rest in between when you go out and play. That will ensure you savor those great moments better and longer and appreciate all the details of them, okay? And it also will keep you in your head in the game at what you have to do if you're going to work or school. Yes, I think that is all I have for you, my pile twos. Let me get a quick check-in and do a silence thing just in case I missed something. Nope. Just don't forget, victory is the key. Bliss is the key to this month. That's all sounding extremely positive. Just make sure to take those cat naps. Pile 2. Congratulations. It sounds like it's going to be a fabulous month for you. Let me know how it goes in the comments. Give me topic ideas in the comments. And don't forget, like, subscribe, share. If you'd like to book a private reading, there's ways to do so in the description box. And we will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye-bye-bye. Hello, pile 3. So if you picked this card and key, ooh, this is your overall energy for the month ahead. Reconnection. Okay, so it's so funny. The last deck, or the last pile, got the 6 of Cups, which always reminds me of reconnection, okay? But I think in some people's areas that some of you might just be reconnecting with like a favorite old book. I'm going to sneeze. Ooh, bless me. But a reconnection with like a favorite old book or with reading in general, connection with something in your life that you haven't done for a while, but it was like something that you really cared about at one time, like reading. Some of you are like, I hate reading, Miriam. Stop using that as an example. Well, fine. I've been reading more for pleasure because I spent a long time in a career where I read other people's words and corrected them. And so like after a while, you just get really tired and you don't have time to read for pleasure. So I've been enjoying reading for pleasure lately. And that just popped into my mind because she's holding this pretty little book. Okay. It also, though, gives me a feeling that some of you this month are going to reconnect with a person. So let's find out what's going on. I apologize for the light glare and for my sniffling. I was doing really well. I was doing well, and then it started raining outside. It's been so hot when I'm filming this that I went ahead and I opened up my windows for a little too long. And it got me. All right, so we're only going to do 3 cards today for your month ahead. Sort of like overall stuff, and then what sort of challenges are coming up in the middle. Okay. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is all about sort of doing things on your own. I feel like some of you have been doing that for a while, but that you're stepping into enjoying that freedom and independence more. Let's go ahead and see what the others say. King of Cups. And the Seeker. Gosh dang it, this deck of cards. Hang on. I always second guess myself with the court cards in this deck. I'm always like, which one is it? Is it the Knight or the Page? It's the Page. So the Seeker of Swords in the reverse position, okay, is also coming up for this month. So what that means, hang on, I'm not sure. Give me a minute. Oh, okay. So this month, you're going to catch, some of you are going to catch yourselves breaking an old habit. Generally, some of you in this pile, and not all, but some, might have the tendency to say what's on your mind, which is great. I need to do that more, right? But sometimes the tone can come off a little bit harsher. We've talked about that before on this channel. I'm like, don't say that my butt's fat in those pants. Just tell me that they're not the most flattering pants I've ever tried on. That kind of thing. So I'm seeing with the Queen of Swords that you've matured in that and that you have gotten better at your communication. That's going to continue on. Like, you're going to notice that you're better overall at communicating this month, that things are going to go well in the communications department. Some of you might be using that communication skill to reconnect with someone. Alrighty. And I'm seeing also, like, for the challenges card, that the main thing is just to make sure that you're not responsible for everyone else's emotions, even though you don't want to come off as harsh to people. It's not your fault if people don't always like what you have to say, if it's true, right? And you've matured and you don't say things too harshly, etc. and so forth. You know when to stay silent entirely, okay? But you have to remember to, as you are going through this new energy, this transformation energy of like being a different kind of communicator than you used to be in some cases for some of you. I'll get to the others in a minute. That you need to make sure to remember that you're not responsible for how everyone else talks. You're also not responsible for how other people take things when you're coming at them with nothing but maturity and clear communication and just being upfront and truthful with them. I'm seeing truth being a big deal to you. A lot of times with the sword suits, it has to do with truth. And so I see you like not feeling necessarily responsible to have to like speak up if you see somebody messing up at work or at school or in your personal life. You can just let them go ahead and be free to make their own mistakes and not feel like you have to hop in and save them. All right. For the reconnection piece, I feel that a lot of you are reconnecting to like your higher self. I feel like you've been here before in a way, and that you're like slipping back into this like more healthy pattern, and it feels good to you. It feels like something worth celebrating and something that you just feel is right for you in your, sorry. Boy, you're doing better at communicating. Meanwhile, I'm losing it over here. Just dabba dabba dabba. I can't say anything. It's it's hard to express myself right now. But I'm also seeing that with that maturity, like you're going to reconnect with somebody, some of you, and that's kind of where I wanted to go with this next. So was there something else I wanted to say to the people that are learning to communicate differently, and that's going to help them connect with others better, etc. and so forth, and to reconnect with themselves? Yes. Okay. Moving along to those of you who are going to connect with a person, you're going to maintain that Queen of Swords energy, even if this is a romantic connection. And it's not because you're scared of moving forward or that you don't want to. You just know that you like where you are right now. And so you don't want to complicate your life by starting up with someone if they're not going to be worth your time. I'm seeing with the King of Cups here that it is kind of a good potential person to be romantic with because of that mature energy between you, and just keeping that balance of emotional and truthfulness and all of that good stuff. And so that's nice. It could be a reconnection with somebody who back when you were younger, things didn't work out as well, that you both had hard lessons to learn, and now you're reconnecting. If this isn't romantic, it could be like with a family member. Holy heck, you guys. A family member. It could be a friend that you haven't talked to in a long time, like somebody that you used to have coffee with, etc. and so forth. And now that you're both in a better place, you're just ready to kind of let bygones be. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry, pile threes. You guys are doing great with your communication. Me, not so much. But being able to see eye to eye on things again and to heal that emotional like disconnection that you had, okay? If this is a personal reconnection with like literature and books, I see you like actually rereading something that when you were younger you hated it, and then you reread it and it ended up being like one of your favorite books, okay? Or it's a book that you didn't read when you were younger because it sounded like something you would hate, and now you're mature enough to give it a try. That's also coming through is with the book people. What a funny little reading of very simplistic little things for the month, but it looks enjoyable. Like if you are the readers that I'm talking to, you're going to like really enjoy that, slipping back into that world of your imagination and just losing yourself in a good book. Okay, you're going to reconnect to that. I also see some of you just reconnecting with like leisure or downtime instead of working so hard, because Queen of Swords is a hard worker. And so I think some of you need to kind of slow down, and that's what this card is saying, and like sip coffee and read a good book and just emotionally like give yourself like some King of Cups type love. All right, that's all I have for you for the month ahead. So let me know how it resonated with you as you go about the month. Let me know what types of topics you'd like to hear. If you'd like to book a private reading, there are ways to do that as well in the description box. Thank you kindly for tuning in. Like and subscribe, please. We will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye-bye-bye. Hello, group 4. So if you picked this card with this key, and let's look at your overall energy for the month ahead. Presence. Ooh. Okay, some of you, I got actor vibes. So if you're into theater or acting or that kind of deal, you might be practicing presence, and that's like being present in that moment, okay? Other people, I'm feeling that, you know, like if you're not doing community theater this month, some of you, I'm feeling that you just need to have presence of mind, presence of place, being in the present moment, okay? And just showing up in general, being your fabulous selves is something that you're going to be really focused on this month, is just being and feeling present. I think that for some of you, however, that being and feeling present is going to be kind of like a bit of a strain. I think that some of you might find the month a little difficult in the sense that you are having to be present where you're at. Like I'm feeling that for people at work and school. I'm filming this during a time when people are going back to school and work, if you work in those school type fields, okay? And a lot of people do. And so like if you don't have school that you go to for yourself or for work, then a lot of you could be feeling it for the kids, that the kids are going back to school, that kind of thing. And I'm feeling that for some of you, like being present during this month of what you have to do this month, the things that you are obligated to fulfill that might not necessarily be like your favorite things in the world to do, are going to require you to be present for them. And so you're trying to wrap your mind around like, you know, like do the little like double slap on the face, your own face. Don't go slapping anybody now. That would be rude. But the old little wake yourself up slaps that they do in the movies, and kind of like, oh, focus. I got to be present in the present moment. Well, hello, hello. Well, looky here. There's your first card for the month. We only need 3 cards today, Spirit. And you're already ahead of the game. Just one more. I see it. Do you see it? I feel it. Oh, it got me. Okay. So the first one is 10 of Coins. That to me seems that some of you have to be present to make a living or to make money, but like it's some of you are focusing on this idea of like being present in yourself, of like, hey, everybody, guess what? I'm here now. And you like fill the room with your presence. I feel that a lot of you that are watching this pile have a very rich presence. You might notice that people remember you more later on. So say you went to like a conference or a professional development, you know, learning workshop, you know, when you have to go out of town with your coworkers, or, you know, like a school field trip where you go out to volunteer, or I'm thinking of like college, but I suppose that younger students probably have your kids that are going to school probably have field trips as well. But like just really, when you show up in the room, some of you, it's just you stick in everybody's head after you leave. It's not because you actually do anything to make yourself stand out. You just have very strong presence, okay? I think that for some, Well, maybe not. Hang on. I'm not going to say that yet. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, the Fool. And 5 of Coins. Okay. 5 of Coins. Yep. Okay, so I am going to say it. All right. So some people, when they have that strong presence, it can kind of leave you feeling... Those are my glasses. Yeah, they're for looking at screens. They're actually not real glasses. Anyway. Sometimes when people have like a very thick presence and people notice you, sometimes they don't always like have the best reaction to like a person that just walked into the room that they don't know yet, right? And I think that some of you, because you have such a commanding presence just by entering a room, it can leave you feeling sort of marked or ostracized, or that you don't really fit in, or that if you're like the type of person that walks in the room and all the haters like clearly glare at you, and they always have some petty thing to say about like what you're wearing or what you did the last time they heard something that you did, or that type of deal, makes you feel kind of ostracized even when it's not real. Does that make sense? So I'm not going to go out and say that it's not real sometimes. Like when it does happen, it's not about you personally, it's about that person, but it still feels personal. Shoot, don't it? Okay. What your guides are telling you is to have faith that more people see you and your presence as a positive memory as opposed to something to nitpick apart and gossip about. Have faith in the fact that this month, when you walk into a room and you feel the heads turning, focus on the ones that are turning towards you because of positivity, and focus on that energy rather than the haters, okay? As far as trying to keep the focus, people, because some of you are having a hard time just being present in like the obligatory things that you have to do. So like going to work, going to a conference, stuff like that, where you have to sit through a meeting that could have been an email, all of that. You're sitting through, you have to go to that class with that professor you don't really like to listen to, or it has that one kid in it that I'm old, so I call college kids kids. I know that y'all are adults. But that one cat in class that like always has that condescending commentary to make to try to make themselves sound smarter than everyone else, and it just makes that class that much more dire and awful to deal with when you have a hangover. No, I'm just kidding. Don't drink. It's bad for you. Unless you want to. Who am I to judge? If you're old enough, do what you want. But anyhow, to avoid this feeling of just like not feeling happy where you are, feeling stuck, feeling like your mind's in a zillion places besides what's in front of you right now because you hate where you are, kind of deal. Remember to try to be present. You're here present for a reason. So why is your character present for this particular, conference? Why is your character on this little scene where you have to sit through a meeting that could have been an email? And just be present in the moment. A lot of times when we feel like, I just have that feeling, that where you want to climb a wall, and it almost feels like the conference people are finally going to let you go. And then one person's like, oh yes, I did have one more comment to make. And you're like, no, or the professor's finally going to let everybody out at school. And like, then that one kid that I was just talking about is like, right, that one cat, not kid, is like, hey, Mr. So-and-so, or Professor So-and-so, you forgot our homework for the week. And everybody's like, oh, Larry, how could you? Don't worry, this isn't specifically pointed at anybody named Larry. Unless your name's Larry and you're listening, you'd be like, oh, I'm in the right pile. She said my name. Even though she was talking about a different fictional character in a weird hypothetical situation for a general. Okay, anyway. Have faith. Have faith that your guides and gods, your mind, whomever you pray to do the right thing, will help you focus and help you be present in that moment. And then something might pop up that makes you feel 10 of coins-ish as opposed to 5 of coins. this is like having everything. This is like having nothing, okay? So they're basically polar opposite cards of starving in the street, being so rich that you don't even have to worry anymore, is the kind of meaning that they both give off. The starving in the streets card, however, is of your own making. It's something that you're perceiving and you can get out of it, but you might have to ask for help. You might have to go inside the church that they're sitting out front of and like go outside your comfort zone to hear something new. Whoa. I said, I feel like when somebody's getting preached to, they have a hard time like staying present and hearing it. Like if somebody's giving you a serious talk, like a professor or a sermon, like from a minister, and you can't focus, right? Because you just keep thinking about going home and eating egg salad instead, that kind of thing. All right. So be present in the moment. Also, try not to future jump. I'm also seeing with the 5 of coins here that this month, some of you might tend to feel like this part of the month and then drop right into this anytime one little thing goes wrong. Okay. Be in that present moment. Don't let the future worry you about what's coming down the pike this month. Take it as it comes and be present each moment. If you start feeling your mind going there, give it over to your guides, your gods, your subconscious mind, and say, I go ahead and not think about that right now, silly mind, and focus on the task at hand or what I have to do right now. It's what I'm feeling for you this month. And that if you keep rocking that energy, to have faith, because you have more to gain than you have to lose from this month. Okay. I just see some of you having a hard time being present. Okay. I also see some of you feeling a little bit ostracized because your presence is so thick, but you're going to realize if you focus on the positive people and not the haters, that there's doors that can open because of that presence. And then you need to have faith in the fact that, you were made how you are, and this is you. You're a person that has just as much right to be here as everybody else, okay? And that you are loved. And your guides want you to know that as well. And your presence is beautiful, and you don't have to dim it for anyone. Yes. So that is what I see for you for the month ahead. I know that was very general. I feel there's like a lot of different scenarios that could fit into. So I tried to keep it shorter this time and just give you a little rundown on your overall energy for the month ahead. If you liked it, go ahead and like and subscribe if you will. Share so my channel can grow. Give me topic ideas in the comments. Give me comments on how things resonated for you in this reading. And as always, if you'd like to book a private reading, there are ways to do so in the description box. Thank you so much, my pile fours. I had a great time. And we will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye, 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 bye.